All right, let's just dive right into it. You know those highly specific moments when you're packing for a super simple 3-day weekend trip, and somehow you find yourself actively preparing for lost luggage, a flooded hotel room, and severe food poisoning, all at the exact same time, right? It sounds completely exhausting, but, well, you pack for it anyway. Yeah, I see you. Or, hey, have you ever mentally rehearsed an argument with a coworker or a partner before you even knew there was actually going to be an argument? While your friends and family might constantly tell you to just relax or you worry way too much, I'm going to show you in this explainer that your brain absolutely isn't broken. Actually, it's kind of brilliant. Because I know you probably hate uncertainty and need to know exactly what's coming next to feel safe, here is exactly what we're covering today. 1. The over-preparer's mind. 2. Mental simulations and risks. 3. The trap of calm. 4. Intolerance of ambiguity. 5. Productive rumination. And 6. Your brain is brilliant. Basically, we're breaking down 5 psychological signs that reframe all that worry into an elite cognitive superpower.
Okay, so number 1, the over-preparer's mind. Let's see how this builds. You run constant mental simulations. So, while someone else might just quickly glance at a company website before a job interview, you are literally sitting there drafting 37 different versions of that conversation in your head.
Now notice the vast contrast here between the eye rolls you get at parties when you share your concerns and the elite mental processing your brain is actually executing under the hood. You're not just creating anxiety for the fun of it, I promise. What you're actually doing is engaging in something called anticipatory processing. It's like, think of world-class chess players. They don't just look at the board right in front of them, right? They see 15 or 20 moves ahead. Well, your brain is doing the exact same thing, running this quiet, incredibly complex background program to map out possible futures. Even the ones where, I don't know, you have spinach in your teeth or your commute completely fails. You do this so you are never ever caught without a plan. Moving on to number 2, mental simulations and risks. You have this uncanny ability to spot risks and warning signs that pretty much everyone else in the room is completely oblivious to. Imagine a friend pitches a spontaneous road trip. Everyone else is high-fiving, but you aren't just being a pessimist trying to ruin the fun. No, your brain is hardwired to pattern match and forecast using what's called predictive processing. So you're naturally seeing the logistical cracks in the plan before anyone has even packed a single bag. And this illustrates the crucial difference between simple negativity and high-level risk detection. A negative person just assumes failure and gives up, but you're not shutting ideas down, you're identifying the specific flaw, you're evaluating the structural integrity of the entire glass, and you're quietly making sure nobody drops it, mostly because you already have a backup solution ready to go. All right, number 3, the trap of calm. This sign might hit a little close to home for some of you. You genuinely struggle to fully relax, simply because a perfectly good, totally quiet week feels, well, incredibly suspicious to you.
So, here's the crucial point. If you grew up in an unpredictable or chaotic environment, your brain built a really strong, enduring association between relaxation and impending danger. Basically, every time things got quiet in the past, a storm usually followed.
So even if your life is beautifully stable right now, your nervous system hasn't fully gotten the memo. It's still running this outdated protection program, keeping its internal alarm on a low hum. It's constantly scanning for threats, trying its absolute best to keep you safe from the storms of the past. It's an adaptive response, you guys, not a character flaw.
Which brings us to number 4, intolerance of ambiguity. This is the reality where uncertainty doesn't just make you a little nervous, it literally makes you want to crawl out of your skin with physical discomfort. Like, when someone breezy says, hey, we'll figure it out when we get there, you don't view that as a flexible plan. You view that as a deeply dangerous gap in logic. This intolerance of ambiguity prompts you to overanalyze and overprepare, using intense mental effort to try and manufacture certainty and completely eliminate the unknown. But here is the wild thing about all of this. Studies on anxious high achievers show this intense drive actually works. It leads to measurably better outcomes. The sheer volume of your preparation translates into what looks like effortless confidence to the outside world, even if your inside reality was built on like 5 meticulously crafted backup plans. All right, number 5, productive rumination. Here's where we find you staring at the ceiling, completely awake at 1 a.m., replaying an awkward meeting from 3 years ago, and finally drafting the absolutely perfect comeback that you definitely didn't think of in the moment. Now, I know rumination gets a terrible reputation for keeping us stuck in the past. But at its core, it's actually an automatic problem-solving strategy. It's utilized intentionally by elite athletes reviewing game tape, surgeons, and top CEOs. Your brain is just doing it automatically to build a better playbook. So if you can actively shift your brain through these steps, actually watching the tape, extracting the concrete lesson, and then building your future playbook, you can totally change the game. Instead of just looping through the pain of embarrassment over and over, you turn rumination into your mind's most powerful analytical tool.
And finally, number 6, your brain is brilliant. Let's bring this all together. If you exhibit these 5 signs, I really need you to hear this. You are not too much. You are not a buzzkill. You're running a highly sophisticated, incredibly complex cognitive protection system.
Look, yes, we absolutely have to acknowledge that this defensive pessimism costs you rest. It costs you the easy ability to just exist in the present moment, right? But it's also an undeniable, incredible strength. You have a plan while everyone else is scrambling. You've thought it all through while others are full-on panicking. It's a superpower that most people would give anything to have during a real crisis.
So I want you to internalize this truth. The same mind that over-prepares for the worst is most ready when the worst actually comes. Your goal moving forward isn't to forcefully stop preparing or to suddenly become some carefree optimist. Nah, your goal is to understand your brilliant mind enough to finally give yourself permission to rest between the preparations. Trust me, you've earned it.
As we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this question to ponder. Which of these 5 signs felt the most like looking in a mirror? Was it the endless mental simulations, the midnight rumination, or perhaps that visceral discomfort with uncertainty? Understanding your specific brand of defensive pessimism is really the first step to mastering it. Take care of that incredible brain of yours, and I'll catch you in the next one.